San Carlos ground, Bonanza 882, Charlie Tango, information alpha, transient taxi VFR request.
882, Charlie Tango, San Carlos ground.
And 2 Charlie Tango, the VFR request, Auburn, Alpha Uniform November, 7,500.
Alright, 82 Charlie Tango, San Carlos ground, runway 30, run up area, taxi via Mike Park 4545, NorCal approach 12535.
Bonanza 882, Charlie Tango, the runway 30, run up area via Mike 4545 to Squawk, on departure 125.35. All right, 2535, 4545. We're going to Auburn. Coming out of San Carlos today. Nice, beautiful little day. Alright, run-up's complete, fuel's on the left tank, the cow flaps are open, flaps are set for takeoff, trim is set for takeoff, lights to go. Let's run the before takeoff checklist. For takeoff checklist, magnetos are on both, the flaps are up, desired, up, set, mixture is to go, air conditioning is off, trim is set for takeoff, before takeoff checklist is complete. We're going to make the Coyote Hill departure.
Squawk code is 1773, NorCal 12535.
It's going to be a right turn, downwind up to 2,000. We're going to stay below San Francisco class Bravo on our way out. A little bit of a right cross and maybe a quartering right tailwind, it looks like. We're configured to go. And we got tower and number 1, departures in the standby. Tower Bonanza 2, Charlie Tango's ready for departure. What the heck?
Bonanza 882, Charlie Tango, San Carlos Tower, hold short, runway 30.
Hold short, runway 30, Bonanza 2, Charlie Tango. Alright, taxi lights coming back on. We're up to hold short, runway 30.
November 82 Charlie Tango, wind 3608, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Runway 30, clear for takeoff, 2 Charlie Tango.
November.
And the pressures and temperatures look good.
Cessna 560 Quebec, traffic on the upwinds also be on the Coyote Hills departure, and wind 3608, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 3056 Quebec.
Here's the diamond-shaped waterway. We're coming right. And I'll go ahead and set the climb power. Alright, looks like there's going to be some traffic coming in the direction that we're departing. Got 500 feet to the level off here. We got 2 airliners coming in on the left side, a 777 and an ERJ.
Tango, we clear the class Bravo airspace contact NorCal approach 125.35. Good day.
Remain clear and 125.35, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango, see ya. 2535.
Don't go to visual approach, runway 30.
So the San Francisco class Bravo's at 2300, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of a buffer here and level off at 2000. NorCal approach Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango's leveling 2000.
November 882 Charlie Tango, NorCal approach. Roger. Radar contact, Open altimeter 3001. And maintain VFR 2000 until advised.
Maintain 2000, 3001 the altimeter, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango.
Southwest 1505, maintain 6000, clear direct Micho. Southwest 1505. It sure was, Southwest 1505, maintain 6000, clear direct Micho.
So we're staying at 2000 here. I do see the traffic below us. Looks like a Pilatus coming the other way.
Go, 272, thanks for help. Speak to you later, bye.
It is a Pilatus, in fact. 1,000 feet below us. We're crossing the 28 approach corridor to San Francisco. I don't see anybody coming in above us, though.
November 2 Charlie Tango, when I'm able to let you climb, say requested altitude.
7,500, 2 Charlie Tango.
November 2 Charlie Tango, roger. November 2 Charlie Tango, climb approved at or below 3,000.
At or below 3,000, 2 Charlie Tango. Alright, at or below 3, that's what the San Francisco Bravo shelf that I'm underneath right now is. So we're just going to do a slow climb. We'll push the power up, 25 inches of manifold, 2,500 RPM. And we'll get the mixture back up here.
50 Charlie Alpha, NorCal approach, are you going
That
east to
engine
west,
nice and
south,
cool.
November 2 Charlie Tango, climb approved at or below 4,000 for now.
At or below 4,000, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango. Alright, we're clear of the Bravo shelf that's at 3. We're now under the Bravo shelf that's at 4,000. If you're not familiar with that, what that means is around the largest airports in the nation, there's Class Bravo airspace. The best metaphor for it is it looks like an upside-down wedding cake. Close to the airport, it goes all the way down to the surface, up to 10,000 as it extends out. That lower limit rises, so we're flying underneath that lower limit.
Contact approach 121.3.
Right now we're climbing through 2,800 feet on our way up to below 4,000, which is what that shelf is at. So they're trying to keep us out of the way of the traffic going into, namely San Francisco, but also Oakland right here off of the left wing. 3,000 climbing 4,000. I'm going to set 3,700 just as a reminder to myself not to climb into that Bravo.
November 2 Charlie Tango, climb approved at or below 7,500.
At or below 7,500, 2 Charlie Tango. Alright, we're all the way up to 7,500 now.
5127 Quebec, NorCal approach.
Now I'm under the 4,000 foot shelf right now, and he didn't use the verbiage that I'm cleared into the Bravo, so I'm going to check with him. NorCal Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango, just want to confirm, cleared into the San Francisco Class Bravo at or below 7,500.
Absolutely not. Number 2 Charlie Tango.
Alright, 2 Charlie Tango, we will stay below the shelf here.
Well, thank you.
Well, I am glad I asked, because that was very misleading. Power's coming back here for a little bit. We only have a few miles to run until we're clear of it. Make the turn to get myself clear of it here.
Remember 2 Charlie Tango, you should be clearing that shelf now. Traffic, 2 o'clock, 3 miles, northbound of Bonanza, 4,500.
Alright, 2 Charlie Tango, we'll be looking and resuming the climb now. Alright, 7,500, 2 o'clock, 4,500 he says. Alright, power's coming back up. 2,500 RPM. And the mixture is full rich still. Okay, we're clear of that San Francisco Class Bravo. We do have traffic below us over here. He's going to be no factor. Who is going to be a factor is 950 Charlie Alpha. I got him in sight. Okay, so that was an interesting situation that happened coming out of San Francisco. As I alluded to, the San Francisco Class Bravo airspace is airspace in which we need very specific clearance to fly into. They need to say our tail number. This is air traffic control. Our tail number, in this case, 882 Charlie Tango. You are cleared into the San Francisco Class Bravo airspace. And they usually give a qualifying factor there. At or below 7,500, so on and so forth. Something along those lines. Now, in flying out of there, there are different shelves of that Bravo. So right around the airport, San Francisco, it goes all the way down to the surface up to 10,000 feet. As you get farther away from the airport, that bottom shelf rises slowly. So, for example, down here right next to San Carlos where we took off next to this little green line, it's at 2,300 feet. We take off, we can go up to 2,000 feet, 2,100, 2,200. We cannot go to 23 because we'll be in the airspace. So as we walk out from there, we can climb. The next shelf was 3,000, the next shelf was 4,000, the next shelf was 8,000, so on and so forth.
17 Heavy, Canada Consider 100.75.
What happened here is, as we were climbing out, I had an assumption in my mind that when we got to around Sudge here, even a little bit before, near Coyote Hills, I anticipated them to clear us through the Bravo. NorCal SkyWest, or correction, Bonanza 882 Charlie Tango 7500.
SkyWest Bonanza 882 Charlie Tango, NorCal altimeter 2994.
2994, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango. Old habits die hard. Haven't flown for them for 5 years. Anyways, okay. So, I was expecting, theoretically, I actually didn't really think this was going to happen, but based on previous experience, I thought this could happen. I was thinking, okay, we could be cleared into the Bravo around this Coyote Hills. That's what usually happens. So as we're flying out, things happened a little bit differently than what I normally experience flying out of San Carlos. I do that flight quite often. So I make the turn. We're climbing out. We contact NorCal departure. They stepped us up. What he asked was, what altitude would you like? 7,500. Now, this is important to note. I'm going off of memory. I'll watch this back and see what actually happened. But if memory serves, this is how I remember it. Told him I wanted 7,500 ultimately, and he said, when I can climb you, what altitude would you like? That was my response. So, once we start climbing, he says, at or below 3,000. Great. We're underneath the Bravo. We didn't have a Bravo clearance. I did not expect to have a Bravo clearance. At or below 3,000, we start climbing. That's fine and dandy. The next thing he said was at or below 4,000. Well, these are coinciding with these shelves, that 3,000-foot shelf and then the 4,000-foot shelf. So he's stepping us up below them. However, I really can't fly at 4,000 because I'll be in the Bravo at that altitude. So kind of a misleading clearance. But anyways, I understood what he meant. So around this point where the green line shows the left turn, he says at or below 7,500. Now, normally, you'll be able to get a San Francisco class Bravo clearance at that time. Sometimes they give it to you in that initial clearance, sometimes they don't. I've had it both ways. But when I ask, on my last flight, for example, I said, I just want to confirm we're cleared in the San Francisco class Bravo, like we said. And he said, if you need it, you can have it. Because we were close. We were right on that edge there. And I said, well, we're climbing at 800 feet a minute. According to the math, we are going to need it for about 200 feet. So he said, yeah, you're cleared into the San Francisco class Bravo. Great. So, we're under the 4,000-foot shelf. He clears us to climb with a pretty decent distance. I mean, we still had 4 miles to go or so. Clears us to climb to 7,500. In my mind, I thought that he intended to clear us through the Bravo. So, I said 7,500. I start my climb at about 3,800. I thought, he didn't actually clear us. Let me double check on this. And so I said, confirm we're cleared into the San Francisco class Bravo. That's when you heard him say, absolutely not, or whatever the verbiage was that he used. Which was, honestly, it caught me off guard. I was expecting him to say, yeah, you're cleared into the Bravo. So, anyways, long story short, we leveled off at 3,900 feet. We stayed below the Bravo. We kind of made that jaunt of a turn back at Niles Canyon to get under that 4,000-foot shelf and then continue the climb. But it's a good example of that expectation management. I expected him to give me the clearance. He expected me to maintain clear of that San Francisco class Bravo, which was the appropriate expectation. I was not cleared into the Bravo. So, kudos to him, I guess, on being correct, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. Certainly a misleading clearance, though, in my mind. Granted, I know how it reads. He was correct. I needed to maintain clear of that Bravo. I was not cleared into it. I completely agree and understand with that. It did mislead me, though. So anyways, a perfect example of, if you're not sure, ask. Thinking of those threats ahead of time, communication, situational awareness, workload management, all those things kind of come into those things. Unfortunately, I've done this flight a number of times and just know that Bravo well. And so I thought to ask, which was very fortunate. So anyways, just a really good example, I thought, of me having an erroneous expectation and, it could have led to a violation. So, yeah, good little point there. Good thing for me to learn. Auburn traffic, Bonanza 882, Charlie Tango, 10 mile 45, then our left traffic, runway 25, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, you're going on at 8 miles final. Look, correct, 8 mile 45 for 25 out of 2,000 feet. We'll be looking at the Bonanza.
We're looking for you as well for the Bonanza inbound Auburn. Doing 82 knots and we're doing 181 knots, so looking like we'll probably outrun him.
Set dress looking here. 2 Papa X-ray is about 12 miles final from a 3.
I need to get him in sight though, because we're going to the same place. Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango's on a 6 mile 45, then our left traffic, runway 25. Still looking for 60 Golf inbound, Auburn.
We're looking for you, but you're probably going to beat us. 25, partial to the west.
Yeah, he's pretty far off the left wing, and we're outrunning him. It's going to be no factor, but I would like to get him in sight.
Low approach over.
With a helicopter climbing out, he's going to cause a problem, I bet.
60 Golf, that's Bonanza in sight. We'll be behind you.
Alright, thank you, sir. Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango is 3 mile 45 in our left traffic, runway 25 at Auburn. I don't see this helicopter. Oh, there he is.
Doing like a go around, right? Yeah, April would be a low approach and then straight out.
Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango is going to right 360 for the helicopter on downwind.
Alright, set dress looking here. 2 Papa X-rays on the side.
Auburn traffic, hold midfield, left out, runway 25. Thank you, Charlie Tango, Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 60 Golf is also making a right 360.
Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango is turning back inbound on the 45, then our left traffic, runway 25. We do have 60 Golf in sight at Auburn. Alright, we got another traffic that's off of the runway here. He's 1,000 feet below. I think I saw him earlier. I think it was another helicopter. Gonna be no factor. He is no factor. He's over here. Alright, we'll continue our descent here. Okay, I'm gonna get the landing gear down.
Set dress looking here. 2 Papa X-ray, 5 miles final, 30 Merced.
Fuel's on, it's on the fullest tank, which is the right tank. The undercarriage is down with 3 green lights. Mixture is coming to set. Prop is set, seat belts are good, switches to go. Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango's left downwind runway 25 at Auburn. Alright, the landing gear's down. Helicopter's on short final. Give him a little extra room. Sometimes they do some hover work over the runway.
Auburn traffic, RC0963 is 5 miles to the northwest. Left call, departure up to the north. Auburn traffic.
Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango's left base, runway 25, Auburn. Landing gears down, final flaps to go. Bird, clear on the right. More big birds. Auburn traffic, Bonanza 2 Charlie Tango's final runway 25 at Auburn. Final flaps. A little bit high, pulling the power. Alright, he's sidestepping off the runway. Landing gears down, flaps are full. Fast still correcting.
Auburn ready to check. Loud clear.
Down, flaps full.
Auburn traffic, hold 2 set, held clear the active Auburn.
Auburn traffic, secure Golf left downwind 15 lane. Correction, Auburn.
traffic.